When Larry Bird speaks, the basketball world listens. But no one expected his latest message to strike so deeply, especially not Caitlin Clark, the young phenomenon who has taken the world by storm. The reserved, old-school legend, known more for his quiet dominance than public praise, decided to break his silence. And when he did, his words sent a ripple through the sport unlike anything we've seen in years. This wasn't just a veteran tipping his hat to a rising star. It was a torch passing, an acknowledgment from one generational icon to another that something extraordinary was happening right before our eyes. Larry Bird didn't mince words. He called Caitlin's jump shot one of the purest he'd ever seen, her court vision something you can't teach, and her composure under fire the mark of a true champion. But what struck the world wasn't just his praise, it was his recognition of what Caitlin represents. In Bird's eyes, she isn't just a great player, she's a cultural shift, a reminder that every generation produces a game-changer who transcends sport itself. And for someone like Bird, who once carried the NBA on his shoulders alongside Magic Johnson, that kind of recognition carries immeasurable weight. Caitlin Clark has become more than a player. She's an event. Every time she steps on the court, cameras roll, crowds surge, and records fall. She's redefining how people watch women's basketball, just as Bird and Magic once redefined what the NBA could be. Her deep threes from half-court aren't just shots, they're statements, a declaration that women's sports deserve the same awe, attention, and admiration as any men's game. And while her style is fresh, her spirit is vintage, relentless, fiery, and unshakably confident. Bird recognized that same defiance, that refusal to bow under pressure, the same way he once faced down giants night after night. Of course, greatness never comes without resistance. Caitlin's rise has drawn critics who claim she's overhyped or that her fame outpaces her resume. But the same could be said of Bird when he was young, doubted for his speed, questioned for his attitude, underestimated until his dominance silenced the noise. Bird sees that parallel. He knows what it's like to be both celebrated and criticized, often in the same breath. And that's exactly why his words to Clark carried such resonance. He wasn't just praising her, he was preparing her. He was reminding her that the scrutiny, the fouls, the jeers, they all come with greatness. And if she can withstand it, she'll become more than a star. She'll become a legend. It's no coincidence that Magic Johnson himself drew parallels between his rivalry with Bird and the one now brewing between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The echoes are undeniable. Two competitors, wildly different in style and temperament, drawing unprecedented attention to the game. Back then, it was Celtics versus Lakers. Now, it's Fever versus Sky. And just like Bird and Magic turned basketball into must-watch television in the 80s, Caitlin and Angel have sparked a renaissance in women's sports. Their matchups are spectacles, their interactions viral moments, their impact measurable in ticket sales, viewership spikes, and a sudden explosion of WNBA fandom. But while Angel Reese thrives on drama and confrontation, Caitlin Clark has learned to master stillness amid chaos. That's what Bird admires most. Not her flash, but her focus. Every foul she takes, every hard hit she endures, seems to make her sharper. While others react, she recalibrates. That kind of mental toughness isn't just rare, it's generational. Larry Bird built a career on that edge, turning every slight into fuel, every setback into a statement. Watching Caitlin do the same has reminded him, and all of us, what greatness looks like in its earliest form. And Larry isn't the only legend taking notice. Chris Paul, a player who built his own legacy on precision and leadership, recently sent Caitlin a personal message that fans are still talking about. His words were both congratulatory and cautionary, a mentor reminding a prodigy that talent opens doors, but discipline keeps them open. "Be proud of what you've done," he told her. But now it's time to get stronger, faster, better. It wasn't just advice, it was a passing of the torch from one court visionary to another. Paul's admiration went beyond her stats. He recognized her control, how she balances intensity with joy, pressure with poise. It's what makes her magnetic. The way she smiles after a deep three, the way she celebrates her teammates, the way she carries both her team and the weight of expectation with grace. It's the same duality that made Chris Paul a master floor general for nearly 2 decades. For Caitlin, to earn that level of respect from one of basketball's great minds is proof that she's not just the future of the game, she's already shaping its present. Even Dwight Howard, known for his powerful presence in the paint, foresaw Caitlin's resilience long before many did. When she was left off Team USA's Olympic roster, the basketball world erupted with outrage. But Howard took a different view. "This might be the best thing for her," he said calmly, almost prophetically. "It'll make her sharper, hungrier." And it did. That rejection, that moment of being underestimated, lit something inside her. When she returned to the court, she wasn't just good, she was transcendent. Every pass was crisper, every movement more deliberate. It was as if the snub had carved away the last traces of hesitation, leaving only pure drive. And then came the ultimate validation. Not from peers, not from analysts, but from the greatest of all time. Michael Jordan himself spoke out, and when he did, the sports world froze. "The WNBA owes Caitlin a lot," he said, his tone steady but full of meaning. "It's time to protect players like her, the ones carrying the game forward." Those words didn't just defend her. They elevated her. Jordan doesn't hand out compliments lightly. He saw in Caitlin what he once saw in himself, a player who not only wins games but redefines what's possible. Allen Iverson echoed that same admiration, calling her fearless and electric, saying she shoots the blood out of the ball. Coming from the man who revolutionized basketball swagger and turned creativity into power, that praise is monumental. Iverson understands what it's like to be both a disruptor and a target, to be loved and hated for changing the rules. Caitlin Clark is living that same duality. She's not just playing the game. She's rewriting it.